Hey friends, this is TC, your guiding chariot. Welcome back to my channel. It is so good to be back and filming another video. Good Lord, I've got all kinds of updates. So, with that being said, I'll save the updates to the end so you guys don't have to wait for your reading. If you're interested in what's coming up for the channel, what's been going on my side, stay tuned. We can talk about that at the end of the video. For this video, so this, I'm kind of seeing it as a new moon video, so most of what we talk about is going to be about tomorrow's new moon in Virgo. I also wanted to talk a little astrology before we get into the cards, because we have a lot of cool planetary shifts and transits going on, starting today, honestly, starting today and through next week. September also has just some fun things going on, but we'll talk about those as we get a little closer to them. But because of that, we're gonna spend some time talking about planets before we get into these fun cards. First thing I want to talk about today, so I'm filming this Thursday night, so the night before the full moon. I'm probably gonna have this upload when I go to bed, so it should be up, probably real late or real early Friday morning, first depending where you are. But today Mercury moved into Virgo. Most of you probably already know our new moon tomorrow will also be in Virgo. Mercury shifting into Virgo, especially the night before the new moon. Crazy significant. Mercury is the planet of our thoughts, our words, our mind, our mental space. Going to Virgo, which is, remember, it's an earth sign, so grounded, super, super practical, dedicated. Virgos are very methodical and practical, and, they are hard workers. And they are kind of like, I was going to say the moms, and in a way they kind of are, because they like nurture and they take care of, but it's their diligence and their dedication that really kind of makes them kind of known for, or it's a standout quality for them. The Mercury moving into Virgo, essentially what that's doing, it's taking that practical, grounded earth energy and applying it to our thoughts. So our thoughts are becoming supercharged in this position. So whatever you're thinking, whatever you're talking about, there's more power put onto your thoughts. There's more manifesting put onto those words. So if you are setting intentions, which most of you, I'm probably sure you are with this new moon, there's more weight put on them because of Mercury's position in Virgo, in this earth sign. And essentially, what this does, it makes it even more possible and gives us a better chance to making these dreams a reality. Again, this is in the sign of Virgo, so they're not going to fall in our lap. There's going to be work to do. So I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying you just think something and boom, it appears in front of you. But I'm just saying, like, you can truly start working towards making your dreams a reality, and honestly making them even better, as long as you're putting in this effort. But just remember, your words have extra power right now because of this Mercury placement. Then we get into this new moon on Friday in Virgo, not with Virgo. And essentially this new moon is kind of about, so the past two, you think of back, the past moon cycle. So the new moon in August, the new moon in July, even the full moons, what kind of intentions you've been setting. Essentially, July, with all the eclipses, was the shakeup. I'm taking away all the obstacles. And then we got into August, which was where now we have to start making decisions, right? Leo season, we're expressing things. This is who I want to be. This is the life I want to live. This is what da 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 da. So it was about making those decisions. And then we had Jupiter go direct as well, right? So now that we're in Virgo season, we have this new moon in Virgo, which is really going to make us more practical and ground us. And now we have to start putting in the work. We've made the decision on what we want to do. Hopefully we've made the plan on how we're going to do it. Now we have to start putting in the work. Now we have to start tending those seeds. We've planted them, but now we have to water them. We have to give them fertilizer. We've got to make sure they're sprouting correctly. All those types of things. Now we're putting in the effort, all right? Next week, I'm just going to ram through these little planetary things. Next week we have the Sun conjunct Mars. I believe Monday is the day that they actually are exact and kind of line up. But again, Sun, that's a huge personal planet for us. That's our life, vitality, our light, energy, strength. In conjunction with Mars, Mars is our warrior planet, all about action, putting work, initiative. So this is really about putting that work forward, and really taking care of the things you need to take care of. I think that around the same time, I can't remember the exact date, But I want to say it's around that same time. Could even be, probably going to feel it as early as Sunday too. But Mercury forms a trine with Uranus. And then eventually I do think it ends up conjunct with the Sun and Mars. Those three end up buddy-buddy. That's probably Tuesday. I think that's why I can't remember the gap. But I think Sun and Mars happen Monday. Mercury joins them on Tuesday. But this again, Mercury's the planet of the mind, so we're opening ourselves up to these new possibilities, or possibly some new steps or new actions that we can take. But the thing is, you need to open your mind to them, right? And then we also have Venus joining all of that. Lots of planets going through Virgo right now. Once Venus joins up, then you already have this kind of solid foundation going on with the Sun and Mars, and then you had Mercury, so your mind kind of catches up to that, and now you get Venus adding into it. So Venus, the planet of love, abundance, material things, wealth, money, all that kind of stuff. With these new opportunities, with Venus coming in, that's where you really want to be open. So you have these new opportunities. Now it's about kind of letting go of how we used to do things, or how we thought things should be done. Letting go of those things and kind of expanding ourselves to, take on new things, to rise to the occasion, to take the next step, to push, past our current way of being or existing, and really go up a level. That's really what it's all about, is what's happening. But all these planets, what did I say? Sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus, all these planets, and just to give you a little sneak peek into what we'll be talking about, probably within September. All of those 4 planets are all kind of hitting the same points throughout September, so they all will make a trine to Saturn. We're going to talk a little bit about Saturn, so stay tuned for that. But they're all going to make a trine with Saturn. They're also going to square Jupiter. I believe they hit a trine with the South Node. They'd also make a trine with Pluto sometime, and I think they oppose Neptune. So all these personal planets are making these same moves because they're all kind of conjunct together. They're all hanging out together in Virgo. So there's a whole bunch of step-ups that we're going through, and a whole bunch of shifts. And possibly for some of us, depending what house this is happening in, there may be tests and things that are kind of pushing us to the next level. So with all of these things kind of going on, I do want to say there is going to be a lot of work that's going to be done, and a lot of opportunities that will be put in front of you, and they'll probably just kind of slowly, like one after the other, just kind of like get slipped in. Big thing to remember: definitely stay grounded. We are in an earth sign, so we don't want to lose our head and start thinking too many steps ahead. Like, take what's coming, deal with this, take it in little steady chunks and little bite-sized pieces, and stay grounded. Otherwise you start getting lost, and you can confuse yourself, or things just start to like look better than they truly are. And so stay in this moment, see things as they come, deal with them as they come, and each of these little steps and little tests will get you closer and closer and closer. Last thing I wanted to talk about, so in September, so coming up very soon, middle of September, Saturn will go direct. So this is going to be super helpful, especially as all these other planets make these moves. Once Saturn goes direct, and I think it's shortly after the full moon? Must be, I think the full, yeah. Whatchamacall? There will be a huge shift and a new way of structuring your life. And again, where in your life is going to depend on what house Saturn is in once we get to that point where Saturn goes direct. Because while Saturn was retro, it's a little easier retro, just because when Saturn gets reflected, it's not as restrictive, it's not as hard, but it does give you a moment to kind of reevaluate and think, and see things differently without the pressure and all that. So now that Saturn's going direct, it's not that it necessarily is going to get hard, but now it's like, now you really have to enforce these boundaries. You had a moment where you can kind of bend them a little bit and shape them and rework them. Now the routine, it needs to be set. Once Saturn goes direct, then that structure is going to have to be worked on and strengthened and obeyed, so to speak. So this final new moon, well, not final new moon, but this final phase before that happens, this new moon is going to be great to kind of set us up with those boundaries, because again, we've made the decision on what we want. Now it's the time to take care of those seeds, nurture them, set up the plan, set up the regimen, So by the time Saturn goes direct, it's not going to feel as hard, possibly, as it was when it went retro. Because we'll have set up all those boundaries. So it's almost like Saturn wakes up from retrograde. It's like, all right, get back to work. Oh, wait. Oh, you've been working this whole time? Good. Oh, well, keep it up. You know, he doesn't have to, like, be the enforcer. Now it's just about being accountable and maintaining and having that due diligence. So lots of cool things coming up for us. But this week, specifically, it's that Sun and Mars conjunction. Mercury just moved into Virgo, and then Mercury meets up with the Sun and Mars, then Venus joins the party, plus this new moon, setting up these new intentions and new routines. Lots of fun stuff going on. All right. Actually, you know what? Before we get into the Moonology deck, I thought I would do something a little different with this video. So this is a new deck for me. I think it's been out for a little bit. It's by Colette Van Reed. It's her Crystal Spirits deck. I was drawn to it because, again, we're in an earth sign, so lots of earth energy. We're in Virgo season. So I was thinking of something connected to the earth, and I was like, what better thing than our crystals, right? Yeah, let's do a little, okay. We're good. I also want, oh, that was fun. That's the one I wanted, though. We're gonna go here. Oh, is that 3? Actually, we'll do those 3. I'm going to need to get a bigger table so I have more space. So, I thought it'd be fun, almost doing like a little pick your card thing. So I'm going to leave those there. We'll talk about them at the end. But I'll leave these there, and you know, kind of, maybe here, we'll do this. That might help. So we have some garnet, black moonstone, and kyanite. So you can take a peek at those while we pull the rest of our cards, and at the end we'll take a peek at what those are for some extra guidance. All right, Moonology Oracle. So what is coming up for us with this new moon? What type of work should we be doing during this new moon cycle? Let's start with these 2, and then we'll see if we want some more. All right. Okay, so we have a void, of course, moon. Nothing will come of this situation. And then your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Ha ha ha. All right. So these 2 together, especially this void, of course, moon. Now, I feel like some of you started to go to a dark place. Don't do that. This isn't a discouraging card. I get it. You know, nothing's going to, really, I'm about to settle these new intentions. You're telling me nothing's going to happen. It's not that nothing's going to happen, but it's funny how linked this is to Virgo. There needs to be a practical plan. Don't set an intention that's just crazy and wonky and kind of coming in from left field. You know, don't set an intention that's saying, oh my God, I'm going to be a millionaire, and think you're just going to wake up one day and, you know, there's going to be all these extra zeros in your bank account. Like, there needs to be a practical plan. How are you going to do this? How are you going to make $1 million? All right, so I'm going to need a new job. Right now I'm working as a waiter or a server. Not that you can't make $1 million, but it's like, okay, so I'm going to start, you know, I'm going to work, instead of 3 shifts, I'm going to start working 4. I want to start making X amount a month, whether that's a combo of tips, whether it's, you know, you're hourly and you get a second job, you know, I want to go back to school so I can, you know, fulfill my dream of becoming a doctor, you know, whatever it is. Set up the plan. And the key is that it's, again, practical. We want to set up a practical plan. So, again, this is, if you're just making willy-nilly wishes, be like, boom, oh my God, I'm going to get married this month. I'm going to do it. If you haven't met the man yet, you're definitely not going to get married this month. So, be realistic, be practical. But again, with Virgo, that's the big key. We're making a practical plan. And I know it's the full moon in Taurus on the card, but again, it's that connection to that earth energy. Virgo is super practical, very detail oriented. If I were to kind of put them in with a like animal spirit, it makes me think of mouse, because they're small picture versus big picture. Like they're looking at all the itty bitty and the nitty gritty details that most other people can totally miss. So that's kind of the eye and the level of scrutiny you need. Oh, all right. As you are looking to make these plans, as you're looking to set up this new future we're walking into. Yep. All right. So we have, I didn't even look at what it is. Blue moon. So it's blue moon, believe in the impossible. New moon in Aries. We have that Mars conjunction with Saturn and Venus and Mercury coming up. Time to take action. Yes, we talked about that already. And then we have new moon eclipse. This makes me think of the eclipses we had in July. And I talked about how all of that was connected. We removed the limitations, we made the decision, now we're making the plan. Expect powerful change. Expect that things can be better. Expect that things can be different. Sometimes people can get stuck in this energy just because, I've made plans before, nothing happened, or I tried and I failed. That doesn't mean you don't try again. Or even if you try the same thing, maybe the situation's different. Maybe you have extra support you didn't have before, or maybe the circumstances are different, so you can reach people in a different way. If you tried something before, it didn't play out as you wanted or as you had hoped, probably wasn't the right time, or something bigger and better was waiting for you, and now you've had a moment to kind of readjust, find some new alignment. So maybe now the dream is bigger and better for you, and now that's the plan that spirit wants you to work on and wants you to move forward, and now's the time to take that action. All right, I'm going to get this out of the way just so we have more room. Okay, our Shadowscapes Tarot deck, we can get our main message. Spirit, what do we need to know most about this new moon as we move into this new week? Full of growth and shifting and strong manifestation. What do we need to know to utilize all these energies successfully? Y'all just couldn't wait to come out. What do we have here? Love. All right. So 10 of Pentacles. All about that abundance. All about that money. So some of us may have a lot of money issues coming up. And I say money issues in a good way. And then look. King of Swords. Here's your strategist, your analyst. This is the one creating the plan. Now, yes, Virgo, I talk about planning with Virgo because they're detail-oriented. But this is the strategist. All right, so I'm here, I need to get here. Quickest way there. And then utilize that Virgo energy we're surrounded by to, again, get those little details. 7 of Wands, again, to me this is all about defending your goals, protecting what you find precious. Here you can see, I don't know if she's a badger. I don't know what that is. We're going to call it a badger. Some beautiful little forest creature, but you can see her protecting her cubs. Right? There's this nasty dude saying, "Oh, those look like my dinner." And she's like, "The hell they do." So that's you. This is you right here, being fierce mama bear to your dreams and your desires, protecting them, holding on to them. This is anyone who says you can't, or why do you want to do that? Why would you quit your job and become an artist? Why, that's what's going on this side. This is someone else's opinion, someone else's, view of what you could or should be doing. And this isn't necessarily bad. They may, it's not, I don't think this person necessarily is hoping for a low amount of success, for at least for most of you. That could be an enemy, I don't know. But this could just be a mom who wants you to be, I want you to follow in your father's footsteps, or I want you to, handle the family business. They just have their own agenda. But this is really about you protecting yours and standing up for it and, you know, being bold. Like, no, this is what I'm going to do, Mom. Oh, okay, all right. We'll talk about you guys after. What we got here? What we got? All right. Oh, look at bottom of the deck. Ace of Pentacles. We are at the 10, Ace. So Alpha Omega going on. All right. Oh, look at this. All right. Love. Okay. So we've got the High Priestess, all about intuition, that inner voice, your own higher self kind of speaking to you, guiding you, trusting your guts and your instincts. Four of Pentacles. A lot of times this card can get some negative heat, but in here I think, especially since we got the Seven of Wands already, here I think again this is another nod to like really hold tight. Don't let someone take your hopes, take your dreams, take anything of yours. This could even be like supplies. You know, you may have like a little bit of savings that you want to put into a new project or into a new, you know, new initiative you want to create, or this could be your own plan, your own agenda for your life. Don't let someone take that away. And not even don't let them take it, don't give it away either. Sometimes we just kind of get into a mode and we just want to be comfortable and follow the plan laid before us. That may not be your plan. That may be someone else's plan. So don't surrender yours. This is about being greedy right now. And, you know, greedy in a sense where it's like, no, I'm going to take care of what I want to take care of. This is my time. Because some of you may be dealing with that struggle. Here we have the Seven of Cups, which is about options, confusion, misdirection, just having all these different routes we can take and not really sure which one we should take. You already know the route you want to take. You know what I mean? Like, this shouldn't be a problem. Yes, there may be other options around there, but you know the option you want. And if you don't, then you're sitting here with this King of Swords making your plan until you do. Once you have that, then you're going to start moving forward. So depending where you are in this storyline, you know, that's how it's going to go. And then we have the moon. I love. So obviously we have the new moon starting tomorrow, or kicking off tomorrow. With the moon coming up, moon does talk about secrets. It does talk about illusions. To me right now, what the moon is kind of giving to me is really, it's really a gateway through illusion. You know, maybe the life you've been living, or maybe you made some decisions thinking they were going to get you closer. Some time has passed and you're like, I don't feel closer. So you may even feel farther away. You may have fallen for some type of illusion. You know, but with the moon card coming up now, it feels like a gateway. It feels like we're moving through this forest of illusion. You know, we're seeing through the mist. You can kind of see how there's like this perfect clearing. Like the sky is hazy, there's like this misty glow coming down, but there's this like perfect band of just kind of open air right in the middle. And I think that's almost where your vision is. So there's some hazy up here, there's some hazy here, but you're in this perfect little opening where you can kind of see through everything. You can kind of see through the illusion. Some of you may even have been getting messages. You can see there's like a little fairy kind of coming to this moon goddess, giving her a little something. So you may be getting, you know, extra hints and extra signs, whether they be angel numbers, whether you're out walking and you know you see a spirit animal come in front of you, you find feathers on your path, things like that. You've probably been getting, those of you who that's resonating with, you've probably been getting little nudges and things to help you see through, like, oh, you sure you want to do this? You sure you want to go in this direction? You know, or you were thinking about doing something different and then boom, you see 1111 or something. So I think a lot of you have been getting little nudges and little signs to kind of keep you focused on this track. So even though there's all kinds of options popping up, you know which one you want to take. So don't let the other ones distract you, or don't let just the idea of being comfortable in this routine, you know, because a lot of times taking this road does mean you have to give up something, or you have to abandon something, you know, and things have to change. Some of us, that's a hard thing to do, right? This, no, we're not falling for that. Before we talk about our three, I just kind of want to go through bottom of the deck. So, oh, love it. So we have the Two of Swords, so feeling like we're at an impasse. So my Seven of Cups, people, this is, I think, is going to really speak to you. So Two of Cups, Ace of Cups, truth, clarity, understanding, love, This king wields this sword, wields this ace. Three of Cups, so celebration. This may be, especially since we have Mercury in Virgo, this could be a great time to take a partner, speak with your friends, celebrate together, talk together, share your dreams together. Maybe if you have a whole bunch of friends that are into setting intentions or dream boarding or, you know, just playing with moon cycles, maybe this is a great time to get together and do this as a group, do this as a family. Then you all can keep each other accountable. You can all support each other. You can even talk things out, and they can help. You know, you can all help each other refine these goals and these dreams. That can play out in many, many ways. But I think the biggest part here, Two of Swords and the Ace. There's no reason for you to be stuck in this Two of Swords energy when you already have the truth, when you already have the clarity you need. So if you're feeling stuck and it's not moving, a lot of it is just because you need to find the courage and the conviction to make that choice, to make that decision, and to just do it. Literally just do it. If you're at an impasse, it's more so just because you haven't taken action. It's not that you don't know which road to take. You just need to, you know, stand up and start walking. Start putting in the effort, all right? All right, and then last but not least, make your final selection now. So you can either go off the one that you were looking at the most, that keeps pulling your focus. You can choose by stone. Like I said, we have garnet, black moonstone, kyanite. Let's start with garnet. So for those of you who chose the garnet card, love, selenite. So tons of clarity. There could even be purification going on. Should I read these from the book? Let's read at least keywords from the book. Where is the book? Probably left it in some random place. Oh, I see it. It's all the way across the room. Hold on a moment. All right, we're just going to scoot this chair over. All right, we're back. Let me look it up real fast. Where are you, selenite? Boom, here we are. I'm just going to read the key meanings. So for those of you who chose selenite, liquid light, fluidity, flexibility, illumination, and clarity, raising your vibration. Yes, even the fact that it's in this like spiral unicorn horn tower, you know, it's like a generator pointing and directing the energy up. So yes, and to me, I always use selenite for clarity and purifying, and getting clear messages and communication. So for a lot of you, this could be the fluidity. I think is coming through as, you know, kind of being open to these messages and this guidance that you've been receiving. You know, we also have the High Priestess. So for those of you who chose selenite, your intuition is going to be talking very loudly to you. Listen, 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 and also put some action into it. You know, you're getting the nudge, trust it, and go in that direction. Don't be like, okay, well, let me think about it. Like, no, this is not the time. We already made the plan. Now you need to make the decision, start putting the work. So if you're being directed down a certain path or to do a certain line of work or put in energy in a certain project, listen to that message. You are hearing the message loud and clear. Act on it. Take it. All right. Those of you who chose the Black Moonstone, fluorite, number 24, amazing amplifier as a crystal. Let me find it in the book. All right. So fluorite, clarity and purity. Oh, I sense a theme. Clear focus, an end to cluttered thinking. Yes. I personally love fluorite as a booster. So especially if I'm like doing a grid or anything like that, to me fluorite just helps to amplify, almost like quartz. It's just a little different in my opinion, but it's that same kind of idea. Fluorite just helps to kind of boost things along, and it helps to kind of pacify in a way. So here we have the clarity and the purity, and the focus. I think that's where this guy comes in, because it's like narrowing the laser beam. So we're fine tuning it a bit. So it's almost like, okay, so like if I can put that into an example, it's almost like taking the focus and fine tuning it. So instead of setting an intention that's like, oh, I want to find love, you know, that's a real blanket, you know, kind of goal. You know, so it's fine-tuning it. You know, it could be something, you know, I want to feel love in my everyday life from, you know, at my home with my family, you know, at work with my clients who I interact with, you know, and also a deeper connection with my, you know, romantic partner. You know, define how that, what does it feel like? What does that look like? Focus it instead of just putting all these blanket terms out. Focus that intention, focus the work, focus the direction of all this manifesting ability, all right? Last but not least, I'm going to butcher this. Do more to right. I hope I said that right. Do more to right. She's pretty. I almost said do more right, and obviously that's not. I was thinking that's something else. Okay, so let's pull this up. Alright. Oh god, definitely on a theme. So, stands for organization, orderliness, clutter clearing, list making. Look at that. How practical are we going to be this month? Alright, so those of you who chose number 21, it sounds like all three of them are really about purifying, if you think about it. Selenite, we're purifying, you know, this connection with spirit, are clearing out our intuition and trusting it. Here with Fluorite, we're focusing intentions, directing our energy. Deutemerite, I almost feel like it's cluttering out, or yeah, essentially. Like this is the Marie Kondo of this reading. Like here it's like, I think the list making essentially helps to keep you on task. So when other things start popping up, or if you start getting all these side projects or getting things thrown at you, this list is always something you can return to. And then you can also start scratching things off that aren't important. You're like, oh, why is that there? No, why am I doing this? No, that's not aligned with what I want. To me, if you chose this card, this is about decluttering. So I almost wonder if you chose this, I almost feel like you might be still here on this storyline. You're kind of hanging out in this area. Selenite, you're over here with this High Priestess, which is great. Fluorite, I almost wonder if Fluorite were over here with the Seven of Wands or even the Seven of Cups, depending how far along. Because the Seven of Cups, again, is the focus. It's, you know, you don't need to look at all 7 cups because you already know you want a cup that's, you know, in a metal thing with, you know, a clear liquid in it. So anything that's not a clear liquid, don't ignore it. Anything in a plastic cup, ignore it. So we're fine-tuning. And here it's really about focus on your intentions, on your goals, not someone else's. So some of you Fluorite people could be either or. Deutemerite, I feel like a lot of you are going to be here because we're still fine-tuning and decluttering and getting our focus straight and our lists condensed. Selenite, oh my god, super high vibe, listening and connected to spirit and trusting it and taking action on those messages. Beautiful reading. Wanted to do this before the full moon, so I'm literally just making it. But again, thank you, all you guys for being patient, sending you all my love. And then as promised, for those of you who, you know, are interested, especially those of you who've been following my channel for a while, I have absolutely missed doing monthlies. Honestly, that was the favorite part of my channel. That's why pretty much all my videos were monthlies that I did every week. It was kind of ridiculous. But honestly, I love that so much. You know, and as I've kind of grown as a reader and done more things, like I just thought, oh, well, the next thing to do would be to get a job as a reader. So yes, I am working at Sedona. I do think I might shift that a little bit. I don't entirely know what that will look like yet, but I do know that doing that has kind of pulled me away and has taken some time that I normally would use to film readings and to, you know, get these videos out to you. And honestly, I think I've just missed doing this so much that I need to do some readjustment so I can come back and do this more. So I will be doing September's. I don't care if I'm exhausted. I don't necessarily know. I think the format will change a bit because I do feel like I want to shift it a bit. But I will be doing September's. I am going to start filming. I'm going to start filming them now. I probably won't post them or start posting them until we're in September, so I can get, you know, at least a good chunk of them and kind of blast them at the beginning of the month. And then anyone who's left over, I'll probably do in that first week. But I've missed it so much. So monthlies will be returning. So for those of you who missed August, don't worry. September, you will get your monthly. And moving forward, I am going to readjust my work schedule so that I have more time. Because again, I've just missed this so much. With my real job, I got this really nice promotion, and I'm doing work that I love, and it's amazing. So it's just at a point where now I really have to like take out the excess. So trust and believe, I will be under the new moon tomorrow night setting some new goals. It will be a thing, as I hope it will be a thing for all of you. All right. So just to give you some exciting news. So I said we were going to do weeklies. We probably won't do weeklies. We're just going to go back to the monthlies. I don't know what the dailies. The dailies for sure, I don't know how that's going to work. But the monthlies will be returning. But I want to bring them back the way we did before. So like we had like an overview of the monthlies, and then we had like the monthly love, and you know, that honestly, that was so much fun for me, and I just enjoy it. And like I said, I have missed it. So those will be coming back. I'm literally going to start filming Virgo right after I finish and wrap this one up, and we're going to start filming Virgo. So they will be back. I hope you guys are excited. I know I am. Love you much. Take care, and I will see you in your September video. Love you guys. Have a good night.